Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Brian with Stark Chef, where you don't have to be a chef to cook like one. And today we're going to be doing a chicken stir fry with veggies and some white rice. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Let's go! So as I mentioned before, we will be doing a chicken stir fry tonight, and this is going to be a multi-step process. So I'm going to start with cutting our veggies, which are over here. So I did zucchini, I did colored carrots, and I did a bell pepper. You can choose anything you want. I will add ginger, I will add garlic. You could do broccoli, you could do snap peas, you can do anything. This is what I'm choosing. So I'm gonna cut these up. I'm gonna start with these. You can watch for a minute. And then because I'm having some friends over tonight, I'm actually gonna add in some more of these exact same veggies, but I'm not gonna bore you this entire time. So I'm just gonna cut these up and I'm gonna try to cut them mostly the same size. So go right here and I will just chop these like this. Do. You don't want them to be too thick because they'll take longer to cook, and you want everything to be the same size. So throw these here. Do. And some will get on my floor and my dog will eat it, so don't worry about it. So we have those right there. We'll throw these in our bowl. And then we have our carrots, and I will cut those up the exact same way. Everything is already washed, by the way. So if you're wondering, I don't eat dirty food. A little careful with these at the end because I'll probably cut my finger off. That is done there. I'll do a few more of these. And I am going to add, like I said, so these are those. Put these in here. Easy peasy. And then we're just going to cut this guy in a few different ways. So cut him down. And I just kind of cut around the stem. You can leave in the seeds if you want a little more flavor, or you can knock out the seeds if you don't. And we will just kind of cut these down. You can also take out the white part. It has a little bit more, it's a little more pungent, to say the least. So you can cut this guy off and then cut these down. And then same thing. I'm just going to cut these the same way, kind of same size I cut the others. And we'll just kind of slice these lightly. And so there you have our veggies. So I'm going to finish these, and then also what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the rest of the veggies, and then I will come back and we will start our sautéing. See you in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. I have our veggies all cut, and like I said, this is a pretty good sized bowl because we're having our best friends over tonight, which I'm very excited about. So you can just do one carrot, one bell pepper, and one zucchini, or you could do multiple like myself. So I'm going to get our pan on medium-high heat. I'm going to let it heat up for a minute or two, and then I'm just going to throw in a little bit of avocado oil. Not much flavor, just a teeny tiny bit. And then in about 10 seconds, I'm going to drop these in, and I'm going to cook them for a few minutes. I would say probably about 10 minutes. I will let you know right up here when they're closer to done. And then we're also going to add in some garlic. We're going to add in some ginger paste, which I have, which is an incredible flavor. And I'm also going to add in some soy sauce. But for now, we're going to drop everybody into the pool. And we're going to let all this cook down for a few minutes. And I will be back when it's closer to done. And again, I will let you know approximately how long this cooks. It will be longer because I have much more veggies than a normal small dish would. So we'll see in a few minutes. Hey everybody, we are back. These have been cooking about 12 minutes. And remember, this is a full pot of veggies, so everything's cooked. What I am going to do is, I'm just going to take a little soy sauce and just run a little bit over the top. Remember, less is more because you can always add and you can't take out, especially with soy sauce, which is extremely salty. I'm going to grab this ginger I have right here, which is just a ginger paste. And I'm just going to throw in 1 tablespoon of that. Perfection. And then I'm going to grab my garlic. And again, if you don't like ginger, don't add it. You will not hurt my feelings. And if you don't like garlic, also don't add it. If you like both like me, then add them both. So I'm going to do another tablespoon of garlic. I'm going to mix this up for another, I'd say just probably 1 or 2 minutes. And that's it. And then we're going to get onto our chicken. So I'm going to turn this up high for a minute, give it a little flip, get everybody going in the pool. So I'm going to let that cook for about, I'd say maybe a minute. Just let all the flavors come together. One thing I want to get started on is showing you chicken and how I cut it. So come on over. We're going to use odd stuff. So in regards to chicken, I usually actually cut my chicken on a paper plate, which some people could say is weird, and that's okay. But not everyone wants to cut chicken on a wooden board or a cutting board. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up. I'm going to grab my just breasts, and I'm only going to do 1, and I'll do the rest off camera so I don't bore you. But what I do really want to show you is, sorry, I'm getting my sleeve up, is how I cut this chicken. Yes, you could cut it in normal cubes, which is great and easy to do. However, let me turn this so my wife doesn't burn or her hair. However, the way I do this is a little bit more, I think, fun and creative. So what I'll do is I'll cut 1, and I'm going to pull the chicken this way as I cut this way. So you kind of get these fun, small, little strips like this, and they can be any size. But what I love about this is it cooks super, super fast. And it almost is like something I have like when I go to a restaurant. So the cube chicken is okay. There's nothing wrong with cubes. But I just kind of do this, and I kind of pull it, and pull, and pull, and pull, just like this. And you end up with all of this. So I'm going to work on this breast, and 2 more since we're having friends over tonight. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to take the veggies out and let them sit in a bowl. When we come back, I'm going to show you to cook the chicken. We're also going to do our rice. I use instant rice, like a microwave rice. It's super easy. You can use white, you can use brown, you can use Spanish. That'll taste weird and disgusting, but won't hurt my feelings. So I suggest brown or white. We'll be back in 2 minutes when I'm done cutting the chicken, and I'm going to show you how to cook it. Don't leave me. Hey everybody, we are back. So this is all good. Our veggies are done. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them back in this bowl, because I'm going to heat them up in a little while right before it's time to get them going. Or you really could just cover them if you wanted to. They'll stay hot. So I'm going to drop all these into the bowl real quick. Our pan is still piping hot. We're going to turn our heat back on to medium, medium high. I'm not even going to put any oil in there because you can see all the oil is still in there from our veggies. Here is all of our chicken that was cut up in those cool way of doing it like I showed you. And we're just going to drop this right in there. And we are just going to mush this around, and I'm going to cook this. You can stay with me for a minute. Perfect. So I'm just going to put a little bit of pepper on top. I don't typically put salt in any of my dishes, any stir fries, because I use soy sauce, and that has plenty of salt. I will also use the garlic, I will also use the ginger, but I'm going to turn this up to like a medium high or even high, and what we're going to do is just start moving this around. Remember, these pieces are tiny. This whole pan, again, this is 4 chicken breasts. This will probably only take, I'd say, about 6 minutes, but you want to make sure everything is cooked nice and white. That's why I don't add any of the soy sauce until later on, because you want to make sure you can see the inside. So I'm going to go with this for about 4 or 5 minutes. We'll be back, and I will continue when it gets closer and show you all the seasonings. So don't leave me. So we are back. We're back. It's been cooking about 7 minutes, getting it pretty white, some good color. I'm going to do another. Again, if you don't like ginger, you don't have to add it. I'm dropping him in there, and I'm going to drop in some soy sauce. Again, remember, you can always add later to your meal. While this is finishing for another 2 or 3 minutes, I have my instant rice. This is 3 minutes. I'm going to throw it. Into the microwave for 3 minutes. I think it's this, 3 minutes this side down. Yeah, it sounds good. We'll go 3:15 just for good measure. And as that's cooking, we're going to finish this up, and then we will be back in about 3 minutes to tie all these amazing flavors together. Also, this is when you could add chili flakes. This is when you could add sriracha or any other type of flavors you like. Again, you're not going to hurt my feelings if you change the dish a little bit, but now we're going to get some color on this bad boy or bad girl, whatever you're into, and it's going to be great. So we'll see you in just about 2 minutes now. Hey everybody, we are back. Our chicken is bubbling. Everything is all finished. So we're just going to put this fun madness together. So I have my instant white rice. Again, put in as much as you want. You won't hurt my feelings. So that'll be perfect. This will be for my wife. We'll put this down there. We're going to throw in some nice chicken on here, like so. And then we will just throw in some of our veggies on top. Still piping hot and amazing. And there you have your perfect chicken stir fry. I'm Brian, Stark Chef. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comment below. I will get back to you. Be well.